So hello and welcome, and this is part 8 of the ongoing AS and A-level Python series. In this episode we are going to be looking at Booleans. So Booleans are quite important in computer science, and just as they are important, you realize that they are incorporated in every programming language because they are the basis of decision making, as it were, or a control flow. When you are writing, when you are implementing your algorithm using program code. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at how you can declare booleans in Python. So let's create a variable called is registered, and we can set it to true, right? And then we can also have another one, another variable called available, and we can set this one to false. So Python, what it does is that for the booleans true and false, they are built in the language. So when you need to actually declare a variable of type boolean, you can use the keyword true or the keyword false, depending on the situation, because remember, booleans only assume either one of two values, that it's going to be either true or it's going to be false. But the important thing to note is that if you are going to declare a boolean, you need to put a capital letter F and a capital letter T respectively. Otherwise, if you were to put a small letter, it wouldn't work. So that's important. That's one important thing to note about booleans in Python. Then I'm just going to go ahead, and underneath here I'm just going to call the print method, and I will simply print out our boolean values. So I will print is registered, and I also print available. And then let me just go down to the console, clear the console. Then we are working with the booleans file. So in order to call the Python interpreter, I will use the keyword Python, then booleans.py. So as you'd expect, we get the way the words true and false printed down there in the console. All right. So the next thing that we need to look at with booleans, so maybe let me just put some comments here. Declaring and assigning booleans. So remember, I did say that earlier on, I did mention that booleans, they are very important in any programming language because they are the basis, or they are the fundamental building blocks for making decisions. So with Python, we can actually have relational operators, and these return what? Boolean values, or rather I can say return, actually I can say Boolean values. Right, so I think maybe we'll be looking at other operators in the next episode, but maybe in this particular one we might as well just introduce the relational operators. So these are the greater, the lesser, the equal. So maybe I'm just gonna look, maybe let's also do not equal as well while we edit. Actually, we might actually just do all of them. Then greater, dash, equal. Then we can also do lesser, equal. Alright, so let's actually see this in action. So for greater, let's just declare, let's just declare two numbers here, num1, and we set that to 100. Then we have num2, and we'll set that to 200. Then what we can do in this case, we'll come here and print num1 greater than num2, right? Then we'll also come down here where we have lesser operator. Then we can actually check to see if num1 is less than what? Num2. Then for equality, we make use of the double equal sign. That is the one that checks for equality, and the single equal sign, it's reserved for assignment. Then for the not equal, we make use of the exclamation mark followed by the equal, the single equal sign. Then for the greater equal, we make use of the greater than sign followed by the equal sign, single equal sign, that is. Then for the lesser equal, we'll make use of the less than sign followed by the equal sign as it is. So I'm just gonna go down in the console and run this. So you realize that aside from the Boolean values that we'd initially printed out down there, up there rather, you realize that we are getting other Boolean values. And so these Boolean values, they are generated by Python, as it were, and they are a result of the relational operators that we're making use of from line 10 all the way to line 26. So each relational operator is going to take two operands, as it were, right? The thing that it takes upon, or rather the things that a relational operator will act upon, are called operands. So it takes one operand on the left, the other one on the right, then it checks or compares, or rather performs a logical operation of the two values, and it can actually decide whether it's going to be true or false, as it were. So I think that's just about it for Booleans in this episode. I'll see you in the next one.